Well, Liz, thank you so much for joining us on the show today. We're super thrilled to have you here.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah. So we love to start off at the beginning. Tell us about your journey into hospitality. What first drew you to this industry?
Sure. So I grew up in a food family. We weren't
Great.
out of restaurants or things like that. My grandparents on my dad's side had fruit and vegetable stores.
Mm-hmm.
And on my mom's side, my grandparents were really involved in something called Cook for a Friend. So I was always kind of at this intersection of food and community.
Mm-hmm.
And my first job was actually, I'm a Philly native and we go to the Jersey Shore every summer. So my first job ever besides babysitting was scooping ice cream at the Jersey Shore at 13.
I bet
That
you've got
was,
fun stories from that.
Were
I
you
have
on
many.
was this on MTV? You doing this?
Yeah, exactly.
I want to be very clear that there are two jerseys. There's people talk about North Jersey, South Jersey. So
Uh-huh.
my Jersey Shore is Ventnor. We are very far away from the Jersey Shore. That's like gym tan laundry.
Yeah.
Very
In my
different.
head, I'm seeing Snooki in my head. That's exactly where my
Exactly,
brain went
yeah.
to when you
That
said
is,
Jersey Shore.
I
So,
appreciate the reference, but that's not, unfortunately, that's not the hairdo that I had at 13, thank God. But with that in mind, it was a lot of fun, and I waitressed and served and washed dishes and worked in hospitality in college. And then I have a history in my career of doing things that my family are like, wait, what are you doing? And then I'm like, oh, I'm doing this. And then it works out really well. So the family joke is that I sold drugs before I sold beer. I did pharmaceutical sales for Johnson and
love it.
Johnson. And then I, at the time, was doing promo stuff for Diageo on the side just for fun.
Mm-hmm.
And through a friend of a friend, I heard about a job at Sam Adams, and I was like at Boston Beer, and I was like, oh, doing like promo modeling, like what I've done with US Concepts and Diageo. And they were like, no, in sales. I was like, that's a job? And then amazing. And
Oh, I had
then
no idea.
who knew?
I'd be good.
Yeah.
I'd be really good at that.
No
I'm like,
kidding.
amazing. So I
Mm-hmm.
spent 10 years at Boston Beer, had a really atypical career track there, did sales locally in Philly, did quite well. Opportunity presented itself to call on the airports. And I raised my hand and they were like, what do you know about airports? And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
there are planes at the airport.
And a
And
j-
people
and a
like to drink
jetway.
there. Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly.
Fake it till you make it, baby.
1000%. Welcome to hospitality. And
Yeah.
so I, within a year, oversaw all the airports and stadiums for the US, spent several years in that role. And that's where I
Mm-hmm.
first really got to, obviously I was in sales. So priority was distribution, getting the product into market, but also I managed the Sam Adams branded concept program. So if you ever see like Sam Adams Toast Atlanta or Brew Club, those were my babies. And it was such a fun, juicy time to be at Boston Beer because I was the only one that did my job. So when we were launching products nationally,
Mm-hmm.
I was part of the team that got to take Angry Orchard national. Truly Seltzer I was part of the team that took that national. So it was great to see that. And then from the airport role, I got promoted to working with national on-premise chains. So Applebee's, Buffalo Wild Wings, Texas Roadhouse, and then also like emerging restaurant groups. Because the days of Applebee's opening 1,200 more Applebee's, that ship had sailed. It was more of like looking
Yeah.
at, if I'll reference someone in Philadelphia, Star Restaurants. So they operate like a chain. They cross multiple state lines. And they're a lot of fun there, but they're not a chain in the sense that they're all different. So it's
Mm-hmm.
different concepts. And especially in terms of beverage, what you're going to drink at a French bistro isn't what you're going to have at like a Mexican taqueria.
Totally.
But that's where between that and the airport space and growing the brands, I just kind of fell in love with the intersection of like brand and business development. And I've had Experience 3 for 9 years now. So we work with brands, chefs, restaurants, all within the hospitality space, helping them figure out their growth strategies. And a lot of that work is in airports. So I know we're really excited to chat about that today.
Yeah, absolutely. You've had such an interesting vantage point throughout your entire career. I love it.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
The demand for group and private events is at an all-time high. Is your business ready to capitalize on all these opportunities? With Restaurant as your booking partner, you can ensure event success this year and beyond.
With no booking fees or commissions, Restaurant has helped over 2,000 restaurants, bars, and breweries reach local event planners who are looking for a space for their next gathering. Whether it's a birthday, anniversary, graduation, or corporate event, Restaurant will get your space booked.
Try it today and receive 3 months completely risk-free by signing up at restaurant.com/podcast. That's restaurant.com/podcast.